Previously on Webkinz Big Brother. Hello, house guests.
Hey.
Flynn, you are the first head of household of the season. This year's beach house theme involves Webkinz from land, sea, and sky. Flynn, your entire team is safe.
We should make an alliance here and now. To the sky.
I have nominated you, Smokey, and you, Screech.
Virginia, you are the winner of the power of veto.
What if you and I formed a sea-land alliance? If you get Hank out and nominate him, we'll vote him out.
I will be using the power of veto to save Screech.
I will be nominating Hank.
Hank, you are evicted from the Webkinz Big Brother house. I'm Sally. Welcome to Webkinz Big Brother. Tonight, it's a turbo eviction night. That's right, 2 Webkinz will be leaving the Webkinz Big Brother house, but not in the style that we're used to. Tonight, at the head of household competition, a new head of household will be crowned and their team will still be safe from eviction. They will then nominate 2 Webkinz for eviction, and then the MVP, which is chosen by YouTube's favorite player, will get to secretly name a 3rd nominee. Then, after the veto competition and proceedings, at the end of the night, 2 of the 3 house guests on the chopping block will be evicted. Let's break the news to the house guests. Hello, house guests! Well, there are 9 of you left, but by the end of the night, there will be 7. That's because tonight is a turbo eviction night never before seen on Webkinz Big Brother. By the end of the night, there will be 3 nominees, 2 of which will be leaving immediately. You'll learn more about the details of this twist later tonight, but that doesn't change the fact that today's head of household competition is more important than ever before.
The baby is very sad to kind of compete for HOH this week. Hopefully Priscilla will win so that she can keep me off the block.
I don't know what this twist is all about, but I gotta make sure I win to ensure my safety and the Sky team's safety.
House guests, it's now time for the head of household competition. As a reminder, Flynn, as outgoing head of household, you are not eligible to compete. The rest of you are. And do remember that if you are part of a team, then all of your teammates will be safe for the week if you win HOH. This competition is called Lemon Toss, and here's how it works. 1 at a time, each of you will take turns tossing the lemon into the basket. If you can make it in, you stay in the game. If not, you are eliminated. The last Webkinz standing will be the new head of household. Does everyone understand?
Yeah.
Then let's get started. Up first, Virginia.
Jiminy craminy. This old Tweety bird ain't too good at the tossing.
Ready, Virginia? And throw. And Virginia, you have made it in, so you're staying in the game.
I guess I'm better at this than I thought.
Slinky is up next. Ready? Throw. And I'm sorry, Slinky, but you did not make it in, so you are eliminated from the competition.
I'm very disappointed that I lost in this competition, but I'm just hoping that my strategy of laying low will keep me safe.
Spotty, you're up next.
This HOH competition is really important because whoever wins keeps their team safe from 2 eviction.
Ready? And toss. And Spotty has made it in. Priscilla is up next. Throw. And Priscilla has made it in the basket, so you will advance. Screech, it's your turn.
I better be good at this because I'm yellow like the lemon.
Throw. And I'm sorry, Screech, but that was not good enough, so you are eliminated.
I nearly missed the eviction last week, and I really want to ensure my safety this week and my team.
Smokey, it's your turn. Throw! And I'm sorry, Smokey, but that was not in the basket, so you are eliminated. Charlie is up next. Throw! And that was a great job, Charlie, so you are staying in the game. Yellow Sides, it's your turn. Throw! And I'm sorry, but that was not good enough, Yellow Sides, so you are eliminated. That means it is down to Virginia, Spotty, Priscilla, and Charlie for the head of household. Virginia, you must make the lemon in the basket in order to stay in the game. Throw! And I'm sorry, Virginia, but you did not make it in, so you are eliminated. Spotty, you must make it in the basket to stay in the game and compete with Priscilla and Charlie. Throw! And I'm sorry, but that did not make it in, Spotty, so you are eliminated from the competition. Priscilla, Charlie, one of you is about to be the next head of household. Let's see who it will be.
Although power this week would be nice, if Charlie wins, I'm sure I can convince Flynn not to put me up.
Throw! And Priscilla, you have made it in the basket, so you are still in the running for HOH. Charlie, if you make it this time, we will go to a tiebreaker, and if not, Priscilla will be the head of household. Throw! And you did not make it, Charlie, which means congratulations, Priscilla! You are the next head of household. Because Yellow Sides is on your team, Yellow Sides is also safe for the week.
I'm very excited that Priscilla has won head of household, because that means she won't put me on the block.
Although I'm very excited about my win this week, I'm not sure what the MVP will do. I'm glad that I've guaranteed Yellow Sides in my own safety, but I'm a little worried about Flynn since he was HOH last week.
Well, it's time to find out who YouTube chose as the MVP. Hello, Charlie.
Hey, Sally.
I have a surprise for you. You were voted as YouTube's #1 favorite player, which means you are this week's MVP.
Oh my goodness! So what does that mean again?
That means that this week, you will secretly name a third nominee for eviction. You can remain anonymous, or you can let anyone know that you'd like.
I'm so excited that you all love me. Congratulations, Priscilla. I'm so excited that you are the HOH.
Thank you, Flynn. I am delighted as well. Look, we need to talk. I know we have a final 2 deal, but I'd like to make a larger alliance.
Well, that sounds really good, actually. Who did you have in mind?
I was thinking Yellow Sides, since she is a part of the C team, and you could contribute someone as well.
Charlie's pretty nice, and he's on my team.
Excellent. Now, let's bring them in, and then we can talk about suspicions for the MVP and potential nominations. Oh, Yellow Sides, come over here and chat with us. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Flynn, what you need?
Flynn and I have gathered you all here today to discuss a potential alliance. We could call it Surf and Turf.
That sounds pretty cool. It'd be kind of like y'all are the surf because you're the fish, and Flynn and me are the turf.
Yes, that was the point, Charlie. That sounds like a great idea. 4 is better than 2. Look, I'm glad I'm safe, and I'm glad you're safe, Priscilla, but I wonder who the MVP is.
Oh, it's me.
Excellent.
Congratulations, Charlie. YouTube must love you. I know, right?
So that means we have total control of all 3 nominees this week. But since we don't want things to seem fishy, we'll need a pawn for this week. Since everyone loves you so much, Charlie, maybe it should be you.
Me? A pawn? Flynn?
Well, Charlie, if you think about it, none of us would vote you out and Spotty wouldn't either.
Well, if you promise you can keep me safe.
We promise. The truth is, I want to keep Charlie in this week. But if things don't go as planned, then that just means I'll get more Flynn to myself.
To be honest, I'm not too concerned about nominations this week. Flynn was head of household last week, and that was to put a big target on the dogs.
I have to say, I'm a little bit nervous going into these nominations because I haven't spent much time with Priscilla.
Oh, it feels good to know people in power. This is the nomination ceremony. One of my duties as head of household is to nominate 2 Webkinz for eviction. I will pull each slip to lock in my nominations, and their faces will appear on the memory wall. The first house guest I have nominated is... The second house guest I have nominated is... I have nominated you, Spotty, and you, Charlie, for eviction. Your team had invincibility last week, and therefore I had to level the playing field. I hope you understand. This nomination ceremony is adjourned.
Charlie, I can't believe we're on the block.
Well, Spotty, I have a secret for you. I am the MVP, the most valuable player. So I get to name a third nominee to sit next to us.
Who are you gonna choose? Maybe you should pick Flynn.
Maybe one of the birds, you know?
Yes, that Virginia. She won the veto. She's a big threat.
And I want to keep Flynn safe because he was great to us last week, you know?
Fine. For now.
All right.
You know, I don't really think Charlie has the guts to make these big moves that I want to make. Slinky, that's who I want to work with. Slinky, I wanted to talk to you.
Sure. What's up?
I watched last season, and you were the only Webkin who had blood on his hands.
Well, you know that's what I do, is get blood on my hands.
I think we could make a supreme alliance.
I can tell that you, Spotty, don't care either.
I don't. I want to get all the blood on my paws that I can.
Very well. Then it's official. What should we call our final 2?
How about Sniper's Redemption?
The Sniper's Redemption. I like it, Spotty. I'm very glad that Spotty approached me. I needed a teammate in this crazy house with teams without me. I'm gonna win that veto and take off Spot.
With the turbo eviction looming, it's better time than ever to name a third nominee. Let's join the house guests. House guests, it's now time to reveal who the MVP chose as the third nominee for eviction. One of you was voted the most valuable player by YouTube and has already secretly made this nomination. So, let's turn our attention to the memory wall and find out who that nominee will be. Smokey, that means you are officially a nominee for tonight's turbo eviction. However, the veto is still looming, and one of the 3 of you may get the chance to come off the block. Because of the way the turbo eviction functions, all of the house guests will be voting for which house guest they want to keep later tonight. With that being said, since 2 Webkinz are going to be leaving the house, that means one of the 3 of you will definitely be going home at the end of the night. The veto is more important now than ever was. Tensions are running high in the Webkinz Big Brother house. With 3 nominees, everyone is vying for the power of veto. Let's listen in to some strategizing.
Slinky, you really got a gun for that veto with me to make sure that we get me off the block and stay safe this week.
You know it, Spot Taker. I'm not taking chances with you.
What I don't understand is why they would put up me instead of Flynn. Flynn was the HOH.
That's true. Maybe there's an alliance we don't know about.
You think they're working together?
It sure seems like it.
We'll have to make the Sniper's Redemption be the one that comes out on top.
Now we have reason to target Flynn and Priscilla in the coming weeks.
I better go tell the Alliance about what I just heard. Priscilla, I pulled you aside because I found out something really sketchy. What is it? Well, I may or may not have been eavesdropping on Spotty and Slinky's conversation, but they're on to you and Flynn having an alliance, and they want to win the veto so that they can put one of you up. Interesting. Good job, Yellow Sides. Anyway, I'm really nervous. We'll prevent them to the best of our abilities from winning the veto, and that gives us a good reason to put Slinky up as the third nominee for this week. That way, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get that alliance out of here. Sounds like a great plan. Hearing them talk about being on to people makes me worried about others finding out our secret. Don't worry, Yellow Sides. They won't figure it out. We've only told Hank, and he's gone. And anyone else that finds out, we'll make sure to kick off too. This is for Purple Sides and Toad. And this is for my sweet mother, Long Neck. Priscilla, you're intending to take me to the final 2, aren't you? Yes, of course. We are fishies after all. Oh, great. I just wanted to make sure it was in the air, or I guess I should say the sea. Good ear on Yellow Side's part for thinking that Spotty and Slinky were on to us. I'm glad she figured that out so we can nip that problem in the bud right here and right now. The truth is, I don't know where my loyalties lie between Flynn and Yellow Sides.
House guests, it's time for the Power of Veto competition. 6 players will participate in the Power of Veto competition. Priscilla, the head of household, Spotty, Smokey, and Charlie, the 3 nominees, and 2 other players who were just selected by random draw, Flynn and Virginia. The winner of the Power of Veto will have the power to remove one of the 3 nominees from the block if they choose. And today, we have a special host for the veto competition. Please welcome former Webkinz Big Brother house guest, Cecilia.
Hey everybody, I'm Cecilia. This competition is called Sing to Cecilia. That's me, Cecilia. Well, what you're gonna do is face off against each other in a tournament style and sing to me, Cecilia. And when you sing, I'll determine who the best singer was, and whoever is left at the end will be the winner. Does everyone understand? Well, I declare, I guess Virginia's up first.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, rock me, mama.
Wow, Virginia, that was great. But let's see what Charlie has to sing. Oh my, Charlie. Well, I think I'm gonna have to give that one to Virginia.
Rats!
Smokey, your song will now be judged against Virginia.
Lily much when smoke is in it. Labor not for wealth fame. There's a veto and I can win it if I sing my name.
That reminds me of a song my husband Jeremy might sing. I give this one to Smokey. Virginia, you are now eliminated. Spotty, you're up next.
There was a dog and her name was Spotty. S-P-O-T-T-Y, 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 and Spotty was her name. Oh!
That was good, Spotty, but I'm gonna have to give it to Smokey. Mr. Flynn, your song will now be judged against Smokey's.
All right.
Give me the veto, make me safe. Give me the veto, Cecilia. Make me safe. I woke up this morning and I wanted the veto today. So give me the veto, bum bum bum, and make me safe, Cecilia, now.
Well, Flynn, that was great. I'm sorry, Smokey. You're eliminated. That means it's down to Flynn or Priscilla for the power of veto.
Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm
I think I've heard enough. I'm sorry, Priscilla, but I'm gonna have to declare the winner of the veto to Flynn!
Congratulations, Flynn! You have won the power of veto!
The thing is, I knew that if Flynn won, he'd still take off Charlie and I'd get exactly what I wanted. So, instead of having to make the tough decisions myself publicly, I'll have Flynn make my decisions for me. I actually got my mother's pipes. Aren't you proud, Mummy?
So, Flynn has won his second competition of the season and now has the power to remove one of the nominees from the chopping block. Will he use it? Let's find out.
Charlie is one of my best pals in the game, so this veto ceremony is a no-brainer.
Well, I'm excited to see what Flynn does with the power of veto, because I really want Slinky on the block.
I feel very good about this veto ceremony. I feel that Spotty will be taken off the block. Flynn is one of her fellow dogs, you know.
This is the veto meeting. Spotty, Smokey, Charlie, you have all been nominated for eviction. But I have the power to veto one of those nominations. This is a tough decision. But since two of my fellow dogs are on the block, I have decided to use the power of veto to save Charlie. Priscilla, since I have used the power of veto, you will have to name a replacement nominee.
Normally, this decision would be very difficult for me, but upon hearing some interesting information and theories about my game, I'm glad Charlie's off the block. Slinky, I'm nominating you, since you conspired against me and spread lies and false accusations about me. You are on the block.
The nominations for tonight are locked in, and this veto ceremony is adjourned.
And with that, the nominees are in place for the night. Out of Slinky, Smokey, and Spotty, 2 of them will be leaving in tonight's Turbo Eviction. And with Priscilla's speech leaving everyone speechless, how will the house react?
Come now, Priscilla. Now that we're talking, why don't you tell everyone the truth?
The truth that you and Spotty are in an alliance conspiring against me? What?
What are you talking about? We know you are in an alliance yourself, Priscilla.
With yellow sides? Yeah, she's on my team!
No, I mean...
I overheard you and Spotty conspiring against Priscilla and I and making false accusations about Flynn!
I don't know what's going on here. I was in an alliance with Slinky, and we were gonna take down this whole house. But now that at least one of us going home, I guess we might as well blow up this game.
You know, all this drama breaking out in the house is so good for me. I'm on the block and I was worried about getting kicked out. But now that it's come to light that Spotty and Slinky are working together, I just need to sit here and let it all unfold.
Well, you know what, Yellow Sides? I happen to know that Flynn and Priscilla are working together.
Actually, Slinky, I don't know where you would get that assumption from. I pulled Charlie off the block because he is one of my fellow dogs.
You wanna know the truth? When Priscilla decided to go after the dogs, why wouldn't she put up Flynn? Flynn won the head of household. He was the biggest threat. He's the one that made all the targets in the house. Why would it be me and Charlie when Flynn is the one with all the blood and all the targets on him?
Exactly.
Wow, Spotty. I didn't know you were that insecure about your own game. Maybe I put you up because I thought you and Charlie were more valuable than Flynn. But unfortunately, you can't see your own worth.
Today I'm feeling extra blessed and extra highly favored. It's a good day to be a bird, because apparently Spotty's gone to the snakes, and Flynn, he's gone to the fish. At least us birds can stay loyal to each other.
Great! The birds are looking good right now with all this drama breaking out. Maybe this would be the time to snag Charlie. It seems like all his fellow dogs have left him in the dust.
With emotions higher than ever before in the Webkinz Big Brother house, let's see the fallout before the eviction.
I know how to get exactly what I want and keep the birds off my trail.
It looks like we're sitting pretty after all that unfolded at the veto ceremony.
Well, I'm certainly happy. I know I have your votes, and maybe now we can get some votes against Slinky or Spotty too, because they're working together.
I was thinking maybe it'd be a good idea to get Charlie on our team. It seems like the dogs have abandoned him. Maybe he'll vote to save you, Smokey.
Maybe it's best not to talk to anyone until we know more. Flynn did take Charlie off the block after all.
Well, at least I know I have your votes.
Flynn, I wanted to pull you aside before the vote. I was talking to Priscilla, and she said you should vote to keep Spotty. She thinks that Charlie will vote that way anyway, and then we'll preserve our innocence. If we all vote off Spotty and Slinky, it's gonna look really fishy.
I got it. That's what I will do then.
It's now time to commence Webkinz Big Brother's first ever Turbo Eviction. House guests, it's now time for Webkinz Big Brother's first ever Turbo Eviction. Let me remind you of the rules. Slinky, Smokey, Spotty, you have all been nominated for eviction and the nominations are locked. However, 2 of you are about to be evicted from the house. One at a time, your housemates will enter the diary room and cast their votes for who they want to keep in the Webkinz Big Brother house tonight. The top vote getter will stay in the house and the other 2 will be leaving immediately. But before they do go vote, you all 3 have one final chance to sway your housemates' votes with one brief statement. And Slinky, you're up first.
I hope that everybody knows that clearly Priscilla wants me to be out of the house. And if you have any brains at all, you will go against what she has to say.
Thank you, Slinky. Smokey, it's your turn.
Something I can say right now is that I'm very unproblematic. These 2 next to me seem to be all involved in the drama going on in this house. I think it would be best for all of you to vote for me to stay.
Thank you, Smokey. Spotty, it's your turn.
I've played a clean game. I haven't done anything bad to anybody.
You can't blame me for making an alliance because all of you have one. The only person who's been loyal to me is you, Charlie. Thank you.
Thank you, Spotty. It's now time for the vote to begin. It's now time for the live vote. Priscilla, as the current head of household, you will only vote in the event of a tie. The rest of you will enter the diary room now and cast your vote for who you want to keep. And Yellow Sides, you're up first tonight. Please enter the diary room. Yellow Sides is part of the Surf and Turf Alliance, and their goal is to keep Smokey. Her vote should be obvious. Hello, Yellow Sides.
Hi, Sally.
Please cast your vote to keep.
I vote to keep Smokey.
Thank you. Charlie is in the Surf and Turf Alliance, but he also has ties with Spotty. He must choose who to keep tonight. Hello, Charlie.
Hey!
Please cast your vote to keep.
I vote to keep Spotty.
Virginia has pledged her loyalty to the birds. Her vote should be obvious. Hi, Virginia.
Hi, Sally.
Please cast your vote to keep.
I vote to keep Smokey.
Thank you, Virginia. Yellow Sides approached Flynn about throwing a hinky vote to keep their alliance under wraps. Will Flynn follow through? Hello, Flynn. Please cast your vote to keep.
I vote to keep Spotty.
Thank you, Flynn.
Screech is loyal to the Birds Alliance. Let's see if her vote seals the house guest's fate.
Hello, Screech.
Hi!
Please cast your vote to keep.
I vote to keep Smokey!
Thank you.
All the votes are in. Let's give the news to the house guests. House guests, all the votes are in. When I reveal the vote, the evicted house guests will have just a few moments to say goodbye, gather their belongings, and walk up to the island. With 0 votes to stay and automatically evicted, Slinky, you are evicted from the Webkinz Big Brother house.
Dang it! You all should have listened to me!
And with that, either Smokey or Spotty will also be leaving in the turbo eviction with 3 votes to stay. Smokey, you are safe, which means Spotty, you are evicted from the Webkinz Big Brother house. Hello, Spotty and Slinky.
Hey, Sally.
Well, tonight's first ever turbo eviction has you two as the casualties. What do you think went wrong? Spotty, I'll go with you first.
You know, I'm really annoyed. I think Yellow Sides is a bit of a snake.
Hey, I'm a snake too.
No offense, Slinky. Because she listened in on our conversation, and ultimately that's what took us down.
And Slinky, how about you? What went wrong?
Well, I called everything about the Alliance, and I just happened to not to be in power, so here we are. But we will make sure that we get revenge when we cast our jury votes.
And you know, I have to say, Hank thinks that the fish were loyal to him, but I know that me and Charlie voted to keep him. So, can't wait to blow that up.
Wow, well, we'll have to see you back here on finale night when you both help crown the winner of Webkinz Big Brother. Thank you, Spotty and Slinky.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And with that, another night in the Webkinz Big Brother house has come and gone, and there are only 7 house guests left. Thank you, YouTube, for casting your votes for your favorite characters, and please continue to leave us your suggestions and your thoughts in the comments. From outside the Webkinz Big Brother house, I'm Sally, and remember, keep calm and Webkinz on.
Well, I'm not sad about that Slinky, though.